So in today's video, we're going to be talking about the up-and-coming repeatable Hero SBC and the investments to make for it and what we can expect for the market. But before we do start today's video, if you guys are interested, I do offer a daily subscriber trading guide, and you can get it for free if you have Amazon Prime. All you got to do is click on the top link on the description. And then, yeah, you got to subscribe to the Twitch channel. You can subscribe for free of Amazon Prime. If not, it's £5, €5, or $6. And in return, you do get yourself daily updated trading guides with daily investments in there, daily data updated for shadow trading and so on. So, yeah, and it does obviously support the channel. So, in today's video, we are going to be talking about the Max 87 upgrade pack, because this time last year, it was repeatable, but it was not repeatable unlimited. It was the classic, repeatable every 2-3 days. Now, the reason we're talking about this is because so far EA has repeated the exact same Hero and Icon SBCs every single time. For example, the first Hero SBC we got was a Max 87. Then the following week, the next SBC we got was the Max 87 Icon. And you can see, non-repeatable there, non-repeatable there. Well, the next Hero/Icon SBC we expect is a repeatable 87 Max Hero. And this is repeatable once every 4 days. So, this is what's really interesting about this year, we're going to talk about it in today's video, is that last year, SBCs came out on the Sunday, and they were repeatable once on the Sunday and once on the Wednesday. This year, the SBCs come out and they're going to be out on the Wednesday, which means there should be once repeatable on the Wednesday, once repeatable on the Sunday. So it's basically the flip of what we had previously. We may say, why is that interesting? Well, what it means is fodder actually might not do too insanely well this week unless we get well-demanded SBCs. Because the fact that the 87 is repeatable doesn't really do anything, because you do it once on the Wednesday, fodder then gets supplied on the Thursday, it goes down. But what it does mean is it means next week, when you go and buy fodder on the Saturday evening, it means you're going to use it. So before it's resupplied, so again, it gets supplied on the Friday, Saturday for weekly promo packs. But then on the Sunday, the Hero SBC will be repeatable once again, because it'll be repeatable on the you'll be able to do it once on the Wednesday, once on the Sunday. And on the Wednesday, we'll then go and have the first repeatable Max Icon SBC. So it means that this week fodder might not be insane, but I'd say next week onwards, we expect low to mid-rated fodder to do really, really well. Because after next Friday, in the before it's resupplied, so the resupply times are Thursday with Division Rivals and Friday, Saturday with Weekend League/promo packs. So not this week, but starting next Friday, you'll have the Max 87 Hero on the Sunday, and then you'll go and have the Max 87 on the Wednesday before fodder is resupplied on the Thursday. And then the following week will be even more interesting, because you'll have the Max 87 Icon on the Sunday, which is repeatable, and then we get a base Hero SBC on the Wednesday. So again, fodder this week might not be too insane, but starting basically next Friday, next Saturday, fodder will be a really good investment, because we'll go from having one SBC completed SBC each week to there being 2 SBCs completed every week regarding Hero and Icon SBCs. So let's go and talk a little bit about what we're going to go and invest in for this week's repeatable Hero SBC. Like I say, it might not be that this week that fodder does really well, it would be the next week. So last year, what they required for the repeatable one, if I'm not wrong, is the exact same as was required for the non-repeatable one. So they required an 84 and an 85. They required the exact same thing when it was non-repeatable. So what we can easily expect is EA to go and require the exact same for the Hero SBC repeatable than it was when it was non-repeatable. Meaning we can expect the requirements of an 85 rated team and an 86 rated team with a team of the week. Now, what I will say is fodder didn't actually do that well with it last week. So I can go and grab 85, 6 and 7s. This would be the best performing stuff. But yeah, specifically for the Icon SBC, it didn't do that well. We can see that before the Icon SBC came out, we can see that 85s were 7.8k. But after the Icon SBC came out, they went up to 8.3k. So they went up the best part of 400 coins. And then they got heavily panic sold down there on the Thursday. We can see 86s, how did they react with the Icon SBC? We can see before the Hero SBC, we can see before it came out there 8.4k. And then we can see they went all the way up there to 9.3k. And then we can see that Bruno Fernandes, the last piece of fodder, because you don't really see fodder too much, anything any more expensive, went from 13k to 14.3. Meaning the most optimal fodder investments for the Hero SBC will be 86s and 87s. Now, it's not necessarily only the Hero SBC that's going to rise fodder, because what we saw is we saw a really nice rise Sunday to Sunday to Wednesday. So before even the Hero SBC came out, these did really, really well. But the Hero was just, the cherry on the cake, on the top of the cake. They went from 6k to basically 8.5k within the week. Not bad. So what my recommendations are going to be are, now of course EA might change it, but I would basically recommend going and buying 86s and 87s right now. Now, because this video is being recorded on the Saturday morning, fodder might actually be up a little bit when you're watching this video and it's being uploaded on the Sunday morning. But there's basically two trends with buying fodder over the weekend. The first trend is that you buy your fodder Friday midnight, Saturday morning. The reason this can be the cheapest time is because sometimes Saturday we get a really well-demanded player SBC. But sometimes we don't get a well-demanded player SBC on the Saturday, which then leaves fodder to be the cheapest Saturday evening, Sunday morning. And then very rarely will it be cheaper any time other than that, other than maybe if it gets heavily panic sold after an icon SBC or whatever. So what the recommendation is to go and buy 86s and 87s now, and then either go and sell them in the pre-hype of Hero SBC, depending how much they're up. If not, we'll go and sell them after Hero SBC. And last time they peaked at about 9 PM there on the 87s, and they peaked up here, well, actually in the pre-hype, sadly, with the 86s. So again, could be good, decent. Could be decent reason to go and sell in the pre-hype. If not, you can gamble after. But like I said, that's not the only investment. The second investment is then to go and buy 86s and 87s on the midnight on the Friday, anticipating the SBC to then be repeatable on the Monday and them to do really well. And then what you can do is you're going to buy your fodder next Friday, midnight, Saturday morning, and then you're going to sell it the following Wednesday. And fodder, again, next week I do anticipate doing a lot better than this week, unless we get some really well-demanded player SBCs. If we get some really well-demanded player SBCs, just like we did on that week there, well then we can expect to see really nice rises. I mean, the 4k rise, is it a 4k rise? No, I tell a lie. But it probably would have been about 3.5k from low to high. It's pretty decent on fodder, especially this time of the year, but again, it's only expected to do even better. So those who are interested in mass investing in fodder, maybe you want to do some different investments this week and then go and mass invest in fodder next week. Now, there are also some other trends, so that's the buying fodder and selling fodder trend. On top of that, 86 and 7s did really well, really well with the Icon SBC. So again, if we anticipate next week, we got the Hero SBC on the Sunday, and then we got the Icon SBC on the Wednesday. Well, again, if we go and look at 87s, he went up another K with the Icon SBC, and if we see how these did with the 87, with the Icon SBC, these went up round about another K. So again, another reason that 86 and 87s are probably the highest utility. 84s also rise and 88s also rise, but 86 and 7s is the basically, presuming they're going to go and repeat the requirements, the peak point. Now, regarding Team of the Week, Team of the Weeks didn't do too well when they were being used for the Icon SBC, for the Hero SBC 2 weeks ago. I can go and grab the players though. What are we looking at? I think we're looking at something like Defoe. We are looking at, was there another 84 that was SBC fodder? I don't think there was. So again, we can also go and look at these cards, and we can see that at least through the SBCs through the week, they went from 13k up there to 17k. With the actual Icon SBC, or with the actual Hero SBC, I don't think any informs rose, which is why I'd probably predominantly recommend golds over informs. This year, there really hasn't been too much that has risen in forms. In fact, I think predominantly her rise was actually maybe due to an objective or something like that. But yeah, if you guys would like to go and buy it in forms, the best investment here, in my opinion, is either 85s. With 85s not really being that much cheaper than, or that much more expensive than 84s. In fact, yeah, I think there's a 1k difference, but if you go look at the gold cards, there's like a 4k difference between an 84 gold and 85 gold. And likewise, 86 and even 87s aren't too bad if you did want to go with informs, but informs aren't as favourable to go and buy as the gold cards. So that's buying fodder. The second trend we can go and show you now is heroes that get, basically these cards getting panic sold but then rebounding really nicely after Division Rival Rewards. We can show you this here where Mascherano was 122, went and got panic sold down here to 115, but then rebounded really nicely there to 138. So the second thing you can look for is basically, now I wouldn't go with heroes below 50k, because recently we did this with icons, and the icons didn't actually work that well because the icons that were super cheap didn't really work that well, whereas the icons that were like 300k plus, they did pretty well. But yeah, icons about 150 and below didn't perform too well. So ideally, I would be looking at buying heroes minimum 70, 80k, ideally over 100k, And again, across the board, these cards had decent drops going into the panic selling, but then really good rebounds the following day. Again, we can see it went from 300, got panic selling down there. I mean, it wasn't anything too crazy, but down to like 280, sub 280, and then obviously rebounded at highs of about 340. So another nice trend there you can go and make with heroes. I mean, I'll be honest with you, Cole's had nice rebounds for the 2 division rival awards in a row now. But that has been that. I'd say just a little filler video just because I am away at the moment. So give you guys a little bit of insight what should happen with FLAIR either this week or next week. Thank you very much for watching the videos. Thank you very much for the support. And we'll see you guys tomorrow with a brand new video.